day, I'm a hustler on a mission. Grinding for that spot, a brand new pot to piss in. Trying to school my partners, I don't think they pay attention. I'm sticking to my vision, on the road to the riches. Every single day, I'm a hustler on a mission. Trying to get 100 M's, nigga, I ain't kidding. I'm on a mission, 24/7, 365, until I reach the heavens.
Can you say this number?
$62, 02, 56, 71, 45, 25. Oh, 255.87.
Finance it?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What the fuck that bitch just say? 62. Oh, what? 6202. Bitch, that is 6,202,567,145,255.87. Bitch. What the fuck that bitch said? That bitch said some crazy shit, don't it? Anyways, welcome back to the Lit House. Whatever you do, keep the light within you shining bright. You feel me? Fuck that shit. Get paid, and that's every single motherfucking day. You know what I'm saying? Home Meat TV. Hustlers on a mission every day. I am capital, and whatever you do, make sure you do it capital and create a positive impact today and later. Fuck them haters. Get your paper straight like that. You know what I'm saying? Straight like that. You feel me? And never forget, real niggas do what they want to do. Bitch niggas do what they can. Hoe ass niggas gonna talk about it, and fuck niggas gonna hate regardless. I promise you that. So do your shit to the motherfucking fullest, nigga. All right. World War III has begun. And shit. Three leaders have been taken over. I guess as for lack of better word selection. I mean shit. Two have been killed. Two leaders. One was a cartel leader. One leader was captured. The first one was captured, Venezuela. And now Iran's leader supposedly not confirmed totally yet. I mean confirmed by Donald Trump. Donald Trump said it is, but not it hasn't been verified. But he put it out like shit. We done struck that bitch where he supposed to be sleeping, where he supposed to be living there, where he supposed to have been at that time, and we blew that shit up. So shit, ain't no way he supplied that shit. That's basically what he was saying. Like we lit that shit up where he was supposed to be at that time, or where we know he was at that time. We lit that shit up. Ain't nobody surviving that shit. That's basically what he said. They ain't surviving the shit that we did in the location where he was supposed. They had knowledge of him being there. So, yep, yep. So, but who knows? Maybe he was there. Maybe he wasn't. Only people that know is him and God, and whoever was probably with his ass when it happened. T.I. son is in danger. Man, 50 Cent ain't looking to harm that nigga's son. Y'all believe that shit? 50 Cent ain't trying to hurt nobody. He rich. He ain't trying to do shit to nobody.
50 call me and tell me, explain to me, nigga, why you said what you said about my mama. I don't like it, 50. I'm gonna come over there. He gonna open the door. T.I.K. is gonna be sleeping on his porch. Like, damn, y'all little niggas really homeless and shit. Mother don't love you, your father don't love. They might take 50 Cent side, depending on how they talk. By listening to how he talking, he sound like he depressed.
I think he really was a little confused, but I won't mention it. Pardon me if I'm digging it. Hate to have you reliving it. You supposed to be resting with just a few questions. Can he hear you past the nervous laugh he's doing?
He was fiddling in his pants with the laptop, with the micro. Man, he wasn't in nobody professional booth with this. And I'm pretty sure his father didn't approve. T.I. probably barked on him for putting this song out. You're taking it too far, young man. Like that man said, this grown folk business. If you ain't got an album coming out, leave it to me, player. I just got 1 million views on my video. People know.
I don't know what Buddy had talk about. It's over. It's over. The Breakfast Club is in major trouble. They are done. What? I thought they'd been done. I never even knew the Breakfast Club was still on. I never knew. Bitch, I don't know. I don't listen to the radio. I ain't seen no clips from their ass since goddamn shit. The shit with Kanye. That put bulls on his ass too, boy. That bitch was on his mother.
He's just moving furniture, and out of nowhere, the neighbor's pit bull rockets straight at him. You can tell this man understands what that kind of dog can do, because he doesn't flinch. He snaps a chair and a box up like a shield and keeps it between them. No screaming, no wild swinging. He's not trying to hurt the dog. He's trying to survive it. He uses a tool to push the dog back toward the yard step by step. It almost works until he reaches for the gate. The second he tries to close it, the pit bull explodes upward and goes for him again. So he drops his weight low, hits the ground on purpose, and clamps both hands around the dog's neck area, just enough control to stop the lunge. And the dog is still so strong it drags him across the ground. He gets up, tries to guide it inside, but every time he frees one hand to shut the gate, the dog whips back into attack mode, lunging, thrashing, snapping. Most people would panic. This guy stays ice cold, backs up, waits for the opening, then locks control again, gets the dog behind the gate, shuts it fast, and walks away. One calm brain versus pure power. He's just moving furniture, and out of nowhere, the neighbor's pit bull rockets straight at him. You can tell this man understands what that kind of dog can do.
That man picked his ass up. Who was that? You should have did that the first time. I ain't gonna lie, man. Neighbor dog just would have been dead, bro. After I tried to put him back, the first time he got loose and he bit me, and I yoked his ass, and yoked him on. Once he yoked, he dead. I'm yoking his ass. I'm choking the shit out of his ass till he pass out or die. Either way, that bitch is not finna be moving by the time I motherfucker. If I'm gonna put his ass down, I'm gonna lay him down comfortably in his yard and walk out comfortably, closing the door at my regular speed, bitch. Finna be rushing no shit like that. Alright, let's see what updates we got around this bitch. The Epstein War. First, before we get into it, we're gonna get into the burning of the ball statue. We're gonna get into some history right quick on this shit right fast, you feel me? Dubai bombed. What? Iran attack live explosions in Dubai. When you had to think about smoke, boy, you better think about that shit, boy. So much smoke, boy, turn the clouds gray on a sunny day. Bitch, it look like it's about to rain. About to rain, all right. Damn, I need to roll up another one. Fuck it. Roll another one, whoa. All right, we finna get to the history of this shit. Well, I'll roll another one. Hey,
Once weekly Manjaro.
I guess it was like a couple days ago, a couple weeks ago, before the bombing started. Before the bombing started today, actually, a couple days ago, there was a burning of the ball statue of this right here.
Welcome to another episode of the Olive Roots podcast. I'm your host by Iran. About rim, grab your share, etc. This will help my channel. All right, here we go.
I don't know. He just seemed like type of nigga put a down strike on my shit for some bullshit.
So this is within the last 24 hours in Iran. They erected a statue made of cardboard or some sort of material, a statue of Baal and an obelisk next to it, and then they set it on fire and burnt it to ashes. It's basically a symbolic way of saying fuck you to the Illuminati and fuck you to the New World Order and all that stuff. And this wasn't the only one. There were multiple of these burnings going on, and you can see here there's one. I think this was in Mashhad. And then they got one in somewhere else, and you can see on the obelisk, they've got the Eye of Horus symbolism, the Masonic symbolism, and all that stuff. And
with the puppets,
yeah,
and they got these motherfuckers like they being controlled by this motherfucker, right? Pedophiles. I'm guessing that's because child killers are the devil. Or whatever killers.
Yeah, they had another one here, and you can see the twin pillars, Yakin and Boaz, on either side. So I've talked about this in previous videos, where they do this as a sort of like a symbolic celebration, kind of a fun thing they do every year during the anniversary of the revolution and stuff. So yeah, it's kind of going viral on Twitter at the moment, and I've seen some people kind of questioning it, like, well, why do they have a statue of it anyway? And just explain to them, it's they make it of cardboard and then they set it on fire. Like, the sole purpose of building it is to destroy it. It's a symbolic thing. They're not real statues or anything like that. And some people are saying, oh, it's an act of worship. These people trying to make it out like Iran is some sort of evil empire or something. And it's like these accounts are literally like Israeli Zionists trying to hijack the narrative, because that's what they do. It's damage control. It's to make people think, oh, they're just as evil as us or something like that. And it's funny, on one of the statues, they even put a little photo of Epstein's face on it, which I found pretty funny.
Should I say Trump?
Yeah, shout out to Iran. They're the only country that has the balls to do something like this, and they're one of the last countries that's resisting the New World Order and resisting the Illuminati, and that's why they're in the crosshairs. I keep telling people, that's the reason why they're in the crosshairs. That's the reason why there's so much propaganda going around, trying to slander and demonize Iran in the media to make people go along with a war to change their government, right? Because their government's going to get in the way of this.
Oh, they stoning that bitch and everything before they set it on fire.
Stop taking meeting notes and let ClickUp AI Note Taker do it for you. It allows you to focus on your meetings.
3 gods in the Old Testament made God do something he had never done before. Not send a plague, not a flood, not fire from heaven. He left. These 3 gods didn't attack Israel from the outside. They infiltrated from within. One turned worship into a business transaction. One gave God a wife he never asked for. Archaeologists found the proof. And one required parents to burn their children alive while drums drowned out the screams. This is the story of Baal, Moloch, and Asherah, the 3 gods that made God abandon his own people. And by the end, you will never look at the story of the Israelites the same way again. When Joshua led Israel across the Jordan around 1400 BC, they entered a world they had never lived in. For 40 years in the wilderness, every need was met by God directly. Manna every morning, water from rock, clothes that did not wear out. Not one of them had ever planted a seed and waited for rain. Then they crossed into Canaan, and the manna stopped. The day after they ate from the land, it ceased. For the first time in a generation, Israel faced a question that would define everything that followed. What if the rains don't come? There is one detail about Canaan's religious system that almost nobody talks about, and it explains everything. The gods of Canaan were not spiritual. They were economic. Baal offered rain. Asherah offered children and fertile wombs. The entire system was transactional. Perform the ritual, the god delivers the result. Religion functioned as an insurance policy. The premiums were paid in grain, in flesh, and in blood. Israel did not walk into superstition. They walked into an economic theology that had been running for centuries, and they did not abandon Yahweh to embrace it. The book of Judges records that Israel served Yahweh and the Baals simultaneously. They kept the feasts, they maintained the priesthood, and then, just in case, they also maintained the local altars on the hilltops. The logic sounded reasonable to people who had never farmed and were terrified of drought. It was spiritually catastrophic. What followed was a cycle that repeated 7 times. Faith, then compromise, then idolatry, then oppression, then rescue, then faith again. Each rotation pulled deeper. What began as a roadside altar on a hilltop would not stop there. It never does. It moved inward, slowly, generationally, until one day it was inside the temple itself. The first god is the one the Bible mentions by name more than any other foreign deity, over 90 times across the Hebrew scriptures. His name means simply Lord or Master, And in the world of ancient Canaan,
Master.
that title belonged to the storm. Baal, specifically Baal Hadad, was the rider of clouds, the commander of lightning, the god who split the sky open and sent the rain that made everything grow. In an agricultural economy where a single failed rainy season could mean mass starvation, Baal was not a religious curiosity. He was an economic system. Worshipping Baal was the ancient prosperity gospel. Perform the right rituals, maintain the right shrines, and the rain will come. Your crops will produce, your family will eat. For centuries, this system operated at the folk level. Small shrines, local priests, hilltop altars scattered across the countryside. Troubling, persistent, condemned repeatedly by the prophets. In 874 BC, something changed. And it changed everything. King Ahab of Israel married Jezebel, daughter of the king of Sidon. This was not a political alliance that happened to include a religious complication. This was a religious revolution that used a political marriage as its vehicle. Jezebel arrived not as a queen quietly maintaining her private faith. She arrived as a missionary. She brought with her 450 prophets of Baal and 400 prophets of Asherah, all of them funded directly from the royal treasury. She commissioned the construction of a temple to Baal in Samaria, the capital city, and she began the systematic execution of Yahweh's prophets. For the first time in Israel's history, Baal worship was not a local folk practice tolerated on the margins. It was government policy. It had state funding, royal protection, and an institutional clergy. The playing field had not tilted, it had inverted. Into this moment stepped one man, a prophet from Tishbe in Gilead, a man about whom the text offers almost no background, no genealogy, no origin story, no title. Just a name, Elijah, and a declaration. There would be no rain in Israel except at his word. 3.5 years passed. The drought Elijah announced was not a minor agricultural setback. It was a civilization-level crisis. Crops were dead. Livestock were dying. The streams had dried up. And every day of that drought was a public argument against Baal, the rain god who could not send rain, the prosperity god who had delivered nothing. When Elijah finally called for the confrontation on Mount Carmel, the terms were simple. 2 altars, 2 sacrifices. The God who answers with fire is the real God. 1 prophet against 450. What followed was not a magic contest. It was a public bankruptcy hearing against a false deity. Baal's prophets cried out from morning until noon. They leaped around the altar. They cut themselves with swords and lances until blood ran down their arms. They prophesied in frenzy until the evening sacrifice, and the sky was silent. Then Elijah repaired the broken altar of Yahweh with 12 stones, 1 for each tribe of a nation that had fractured itself chasing other gods. He dug a trench around it. He had water poured over the sacrifice until it ran down and filled the trench. And he prayed 1 prayer, measured, direct. 33 words in the Hebrew. The fire fell. It consumed the sacrifice, the wood, the stones, the dust, and the water in the trench. The people fell on their faces. The 450 prophets of Baal were seized, and
Bob told us that they were going to test the alien craft that night.
I have seen extraterrestrials face to face.
In the shrubbery are little gray entities.
that same evening, the rain returned. The silence of Baal.
The silence of Baal. And yeah, like what we were saying, they did all them building of symbolic statues and burnt them 2 weeks ago. They say they're trying to say that's the real reason. Israel and the U.S. bombed the shit out of their ass over there in Iran because of that. Because they
33
burned
words in the
symbols of
Hebrew. The fire fell. It consumed the sacrifice, the wood, the stones, the dust, and the water in the trench. The people fell on their faces. The 450 prophets of Baal were seized, and that same
Was a false god just burned to the ground? Hi, I'm Abby Tribbett with Charisma Media, and what just took place in Iran isn't just a political statement. It's a chilling manifestation of spiritual war.
I don't know, boy. This shit really make you think, though, boy. Like, what the fuck is going on around this bitch? It'll really make you think about all this shit that they done lied to your ass about, boy. Like, think about it. Motherfuckers real deal out here puppets, man. They real deal out here manipulating the masses with bullshit in the media, propaganda. And your ass will never know the real truth of this shit. But the truth is, a lot of motherfuckers scared to even think about what the truth would be. A lot of motherfuckers soft and terrified. They don't even want to stand up or fight for shit. So a lot of people just rather lay down and die. And that's a motherfucking shame, bitch. You won't even fight to live. You won't fight to survive. You won't fight for your kids. You won't fight for your future, bitch. Why the fuck you just won't get your ass up out of here? They so scared they won't even do that. They can't even bring it in their heart to do that. That shit crazy, man. You don't you don't believe in some. I mean, you can't find something worth living for. Find something worth dying for around this bitch. That's all I got to say. Welcome to the Lit House. Whatever you do, keep the light within you shining bright. Home Meet TV. Hustlers on a mission every day. Real nigga reactions. You feel me? Never forget, real niggas do what they want to do. Bitch niggas do what they can. Hoe ass niggas gonna talk about it and fuck niggas gonna hate. Regardless. I promise you that. So do your shit to the fullest. What's next on the motherfucking agenda? Well, we finna look for some updates. Iran updates since they killed the leader, cause I ain't heard about no retaliation like goddamn the cartel was doing, boy. 'Cause when they goddamn killed El Mencho, when they killed El Mencho, them boys spent back within 6 hours. I know the news about this drop goddamn about 10 hours ago. I ain't heard no news about nobody, about nothing. Only thing I heard was some drones was sent out to some other area. They just scattered out and they was retaliating against innocent civilians. And that's fucked up. Niggas done turned their ass into ants with a disrupted ant bed. They just around here stinking anything they could stain. That's crazy. Let's see if it's some update. I ain't seen no update come through on my algorithm and shit yet. Iran declares doomsday attack on US and Israel. What? They threaten a doomsday attack. What? Doomsday? Oh man, I don't like how that sounds, dog. Doomsday? That just sounds horrific. Doomsday attack? Oh shit, doomsday? When this shit, OD live talk about this shit. He's just doing that for some motherfucker. Let me see. I might have to Google that shit. Talking about doomsday attack. Talking about declares doomsday attack. What? They probably the only motherfuckers on here talking about some doomsday anything. Doomsday attack. I doubt they even use those words. What y'all think? Am I tripping? I ain't tripping. There ain't no news about that shit. 43 minutes ago, they just talking about it. Then it's talking about this right here. This is how the U.S. president will survive doomsday attack. Fuck the president, bitch. How we gonna survive the doomsday attack? What they gonna hit? They just gonna hit DC? How wide would the expansion be of a nuclear bomb? I mean, that shit gonna affect everything around it if that bitch hit the motherfucking anywhere by the ocean. How to survive a nuclear attack.
This single Russian nuclear missile is capable of wiping
Did they just hear me ask that question and then pull that bitch up when I was scrolling
out the
down?
entire United States. Once fired, you'll have less than 30 minutes to save your life.
You know they always
Here's why.
listening.
This Russian missile is called Zaire nuclear bomb, the most powerful weapon ever made by Russia. These bombs are far more devastating than the ones dropped on Nagasaki during World War II. To give you an idea of its power, just one Zaire bomb could completely wipe out Japan, China, and both North and South Korea. Even more alarming, Russia would need only 3 of these bombs to make the United States uninhabitable, and just 2 would be enough to destroy all of Europe. What's even more frightening is that Russia has about 6,000 nuclear warheads ready to use.
So they'll need 3 of them bitches to destroy this bitch. Damn. I guess that's one. I guess that's East Coast, Midwest, and West Coast. Damn. Damn. All about what side they hit first. They gotta do if they got some shit now. They probably been sitting on some shit, just waiting. Man, there's some shit finna happen, dog. I hate to fucking say it, bro. My daughter's birthday is on Thursday. I just feel like some fuck shit finna happen. But not to us though. Not to us. I don't see it happening to us. But it's definitely some fuck shit finna go on in the next couple of days. In the next couple of days. So I'm gonna take my ass to work tomorrow. Give me some bonus money on top of the bonus money for going to work, getting a little extra, you know what I'm saying? Bonus. And yeah, let's see what else going on. Publicist calls out black media silence on Epstein, Diddy, Jay-Z, Discovery, and distrust. I don't think black media has been silent on the Epstein, Diddy, or Jay-Z. Is black media or what black media? Unless you talk about mainstream black media. Unless you're talking about the Breakfast Club or some other shit like that. I don't know. All right, what else? Nazi hunters. The Black Phone wasn't a movie. None of the movies is movies. None of them are movies. None of the movies are movies. Like what they want to do, not shit. They just talk about a bunch of who and ain'ts and what's and who could have did this and all that stuff. But I ain't hearing none of that. Corey Holcomb got exposed on his own podcast. That's old. I remember. I already know what that's about. don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know, man. What? Their daughter? Shit, it's damn so stuck with her because she remember that shit word by word, boy. It sound like she quoted that nigga. Sound like she remember that shit verbatim. Cause them niggas in that industry ain't shit. Niggas worldwide be on some bullshit. Those in the know stay on the go. And for sure they don't never know. Anyways, I don't even remember. I don't even know if that bitch was playing. How the US and Israel attack Iran.
I tried a ton of AI work tools. Then I tried Monday.com. Game over. Monday.com is super easy to use and no.
How did the US and Israel launch a preemptive strike against Iran? Well, they used a devastating tactic called time on target. With 2 aircraft carriers and a fleet of destroyers, they calculated the exact math so Israeli jets and US cruise missiles hit their marks at the exact same second. Israel's main goal is assassinating Khamenei and the top leadership, while the US pounded military targets and other high-value industry. But why did Iranian air defenses fail to activate? Because the US fights with a different kind of technology using electronic warfare from space, sea, and air. They completely blinded the Iranian radar just as destroyers launched a swarm of cruise missiles to wipe out the anti-air systems. But wait, the war is still not over. Iran still has thousands of ballistic missiles and drones, so they hit American and Middle East allied bases, and right now, almost everyone is an open target. On February 28, 2026, the United States and Israel launched a major coordinated military offensive against Iran. Israeli officials have called their offensive Operation Roar of the Lion, while the U.S. operation has been referred to as Operation Epic Fury.
They say they got the roar of Simba out that motherfucker, man. They call that bitch the war of Mufasa. They out there roaring, man.
The message behind the Israel and U.S. strike was clear. This wasn't just a show of force. This was a targeted move to assassinate the supreme leader of Iran. As stated, this wasn't just a random military strike. The ultimate target was the supreme leader's own compound. Missiles dialed in on highly sensitive areas. We're talking specifically around University Street, the Jamhuri district, and near Pastor Street. If you know the layout of Tehran, you know exactly what this means. This zone isn't just another neighborhood. It is the absolute nerve center of the Iranian government. It houses the primary, day-to-day offices of Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. But here's the catch. The IDF says they got him. and Iranian military says Khomeini was not inside his offices when the missiles actually made an impact. The strike may have leveled the compound, but the target slipped away. And right now, the entire region is holding its breath waiting to see what happens next. A report says Israel says Khomeini's body has been found and he's confirmed dead. Listen, that first wave, it didn't hold back, not even a little. We're talking about a perfectly synchronized, overwhelming assault. The entire goal was to blind and cripple the regime all at once. First, they hit Karaj, just completely ripping through their critical industrial and aerospace hubs. Then, Tehran, the capital, rocked. Any illusion of safety they had was just completely shattered. They didn't stop there. They struck Qom, sending absolute shockwaves right through the ideological heart of the country. And if you follow this stuff, you know exactly how heavily fortified that area is. Over in the west, missiles literally rained down on Kermanshah. They neutralized those launch sites before the operators could even think about powering up their radars. And then there's Isfahan, the absolute crown jewel of their nuclear and drone programs. Heavily defended, didn't matter, it just lit up the night sky. But how did the US and Israel actually pull off a preemptive strike on Iran? First of all, look at this map. To make this happen, they didn't just rely on local land bases. They brought two massive floating cities right to Iran's doorstep. Down in the Arabian Sea, you've got the USS Abraham Lincoln Carrier Strike Group bearing down on the south and east. And over in the eastern Mediterranean, the biggest newest ship USS Gerald R. Ford. While Israeli jets flew all the way across the Middle East to reach Iranian airspace, timing was absolutely critical. The moment those IDF jets reached their marks, the missiles were released. And that brings us to the most terrifying, complicated part of this entire operation, the synchronization. Military planners rely on a tactic called time on target. Look at this map. You have missiles firing from submarines, cruise missiles launching from escort ships, and massive payload drops from stealth bombers. They're all deploying from completely different locations at entirely different times. But here is the genius of it. The US military machine was mathematically choreographed so everything impacted Karaj, Tehran, Qom, Kermanshah, and Isfahan at the exact same second the Israeli jets dropped their guided bombs.
Damn.
It was designed to be a total systemic shock and explodes at the same time.
Damn.
Moved to collapse the regime instantly. When those munitions
Coordinated.
finally hit, it was pure shock.
Coordinated.
But why did the Iranian air defenses fail to activate? Well, to put it simply, the US
Coordination.
military operates in a completely different league. Using a highly advanced mix of electronic warfare and cyber operations, coordinated from space to the ground, the coalition was able to inject false data directly.
Shouldn't have been talking shit. Shouldn't have been talking shit, man. They was over there talking shit. That nigga said whatever he said, and then this shit happened. And now I guess he
into
can't
Iranian
say
radar
nothing else
screens.
no more.
Top-tier Iranian air defense systems, like their homegrown Baver and their Russian-supplied batteries, were absolutely overwhelmed by this electronic assault. But to actually hunt them down, the US set a brilliant trap. They launched hundreds of ABM-160 MALDs, miniature air-launched decoys. To a panicked Iranian radar operator staring at a chaotic screen, these tiny drones look exactly like a massive squadron of F-15s or F-16s screaming toward the capital. With the door kicked wide open, fifth-generation stealth fighters, including both US and Israeli F-35s with possible F-22 Raptors, sliced through the airspace completely undetected. Ultimately, the Iranian air defense network wasn't just suppressed, it was completely dismantled, at least for the time period. Because the Iranian do have a huge firepower. Tehran has fired back. In Operation Truthful Promise 4, a massive wave of missiles and drones just targeted US bases in Israel. Here's the fallout. The UAE's Al Dhafar air base was hit, leaving one dead from shrapnel. In Bahrain, the US Navy's 5th Fleet HQ was directly targeted. Qatar's air defenses successfully wiped out incoming missiles, while Kuwait locked down its entire airspace under heavy fire. Meanwhile, nationwide sirens are blasting across Israel, with massive mid-air interceptions lighting up the skies over Tel Aviv and Jerusalem. If you don't want your phone and emails to get compromised like that, you should get this military-grade VPN. Think of Surfshark VPN as your frontline defense. It scans and detects threats, alerting you to thousands of dangerous emails. You can use this web content blocker. All you do is enter the phone's information, pick the types of websites you'd like to block, and then save it. That's it. Your children is protected from any inappropriate or dangerous content. Beyond that, it includes a robust antivirus software to shield your devices. Go to our link Surfshark free past the airspace of neighboring countries like Syria and Iraq. To avoid hostile air defenses, defense analysts estimate the actual flight distance to reach central Iran is between 930 and 1,240 miles each way. Although these routes may seem straightforward, they involve complex planning, including calculations for air refueling and coordinating attack aircraft to pass through Jordan, Syria, and Iraq.
Gotta refuel in
Israel
that
and U.S.
motherfucking
strategy was to
air.
attack Iran in 3 waves. The first wave targeted
Going
surface
across
air
the
sites,
Pacific
radar installations,
Ocean.
and Iran's air defense headquarters in Tehran, Elam, and Khuzestan. The second wave focused on destroying ballistic missiles, and finally, the third wave targeted military manufacturing industries.
Why are you not getting powerful erections even after taking an ED medication? It comes down to how arousal really works.
Kicking down the door. The attack begins not with manned aircraft, but with robotic precision from the sea. The goal is simple: blind the enemy's eyes, their radars, and silence their voice, their command and control. In the Persian Gulf and the Northern Arabian Sea, Arleigh Burke-class destroyers, ships like the USS Thomas Hudner, receive the launch order. The vertical launch system sells his open, and moments later, dozens of Tomahawk land attack missiles erupt from the decks. These missiles fly at subsonic speeds, humming the terrain in what we call nap of the earth with flight to stay below the radar horizon. They are programmed to loiter and strike simultaneously. Their warheads slam into S-300 and S-400 radar sites and command bunkers. They degrade the integrated air defense system, effectively carving out safe corridors for the pilots who are minutes behind them. 30 minutes past H hour. While the Tomahawks are still impacting, the silver bullets of the U.S. Air Force are already deep inside hostile airspace. These are the B-2 Spirit stealth bombers. With the air defense network fractured by Tomahawk cruise missiles, usually fired from destroyers hundreds of miles away, the path is now clear. Now comes the strategic sites like nuclear bunkers, which can be bombed by B-2 Spirit, the tip of the spear. Launching from bases in Jordan and the UAE, squadrons of F-15E Strike Eagles roar into the theater. These are the bomb trucks of the operation. Each F-15 is heavily laden with GDAMs and small-diameter bombs. Interestingly, it can carry up to 19 GDAMs or 28 small-diameter weapons. While the B-2s hit the deep bunkers, the F-15s hunt the mobile targets. Their AESA radars scan the ground for ballistic missile launchers hiding in valleys. Working in pairs, they drop precision bombs on missile convoys, hangars, and secondary command nodes. Once they are Winchester, out of ammo, or low on fuel, they don't go home yet. They connect to this tanker common launch tube that fits into almost any aircraft's existing fuel hatch. They retreat to those tanker tracks established in Phase 1, taking on thousands of pounds of jet fuel in midair before turning back for a second sortie. 2 hours pass H hour. To sustain the pressure, the U.S. Navy's floating air bases enter the fight. Cruising in the Arabian Sea, a carrier strike group turns into the wind. Steam and electromagnetic catapults begin launching aircraft every 30 seconds. F/A-18 Super Hornets launch carrying anti-radiation missiles. Their job is DAD, destruction of enemy air defenses. They are hunting down any surviving radar operators foolish enough to turn their systems on. Meanwhile, F-35 Sea Lightning push forward to gather intelligence and strike high-threat targets that the older jets cannot reach. Orbiting far behind them are the E-2D Hawkeyes, the quarterbacks in the sky, managing the massive traffic of hundreds of U.S. jets. By sunrise, the first wave is over. The eyes of the enemy air defense have been blinded by Tomahawks. The heart of the nuclear program has been crushed by B-2s, and the limbs of the missile forces have been severed by F-15 and carrier aircraft. We make original videos from scratch, so please do subscribe and hit the notification bell for more videos.
We're doing this not for now. We're doing this for the future.
Right now, it's
My bad,
the
I
world
just
is
seen your text.
watching as
I'm
major
thinking about it.
developments unfold out of the Middle East. President Donald Trump says Iran's supreme leader is dead, and the president is urging the people of Iran to take over their government. This is the 10 o'clock news. I'm Dawn Timoney. The attack launched by the U.S. and Israel killed more than 200. Every single day, I'm a hustle on a mission. Trying to get 100 M's, nigga, I ain't kidding. I'm on a mission, 24/7, 365, until I reach the heavens. I'm a hustler on a mission, grinding for that spot, a brand new pot to piss in. Trying to school my partners, I don't think they pay attention. I'm sticking to my vision, on the road to the rich. Every single day, I'm a hustler on a mission. Trying to get 100 M's, nigga, I ain't kidding. I'm on a mission, 24/7, 365, until I reach the heavens. I'm a hustler on a mission, grinding for that spot, a brand new pot to piss in. Trying to school my partners, I don't think they pay attention. I'm sticking to my vision, on the road to the rich. Every single day, I'm a hustler on a mission. Trying to get 100 M's, nigga, I ain't kidding. I'm on a mission, 24/7, 365, until I reach the heavens. I'm a hustler on a mission, grinding for that spot, a brand new pot to piss in. Trying to school my partners, I don't think they pay attention. I'm sticking to
get 100 M's, nigga, I ain't kidding. I'm on a mission, 24/7, 365 until I reach the heavens. Hey, I'm a hustler on a mission, grinding for that spot, a brand new pot to piss in. Trying to school my partners, I don't think they pay attention. Sticking to my vision, on the road to the rich. Every single day, I'm a hustler on a mission, trying to get 100 M's, nigga, I ain't kidding. I'm on a mission, 24/7, 365 until I reach the heavens. Hey, I'm a hustler on a mission, grinding for that spot, a brand new pot to piss in. Trying to school my partners, I don't think they pay attention. Sticking to my vision, on the road to the rich. Every single day, I'm a hustler on a mission, trying to get 100 M's, nigga, I ain't kidding. I'm on a mission, 24/7, 365 until I reach the heavens. Hey, I'm a hustler on a mission, grinding for that spot, a brand new pot to piss in. Trying to school my partners, I don't think they pay attention. Sticking to my vision, on the road to the rich. Every single day, I'm a hustler on a mission, trying to get 100 M's, nigga, I ain't kidding. I'm on a mission, 24/7, 365 until I reach the heavens. Hey, I'm a hustler on a mission, grinding for that spot, a brand new pot to piss in. Trying to school my partners, I don't think they pay attention. Sticking to my vision, on the road to the rich. Every single day, I'm a hustler on a mission, trying to get 100 M's, nigga, I ain't kidding. I'm on a mission, 24/7, 365 until I reach the heavens. Hey, I'm a hustler on a mission, grinding for that spot, a brand new pot to piss in. Trying to school my partners, I don't think they pay attention. Sticking to my vision, on the road to the rich. Every single day, I'm a hustler on a mission, trying to get 100 M's, nigga, I ain't kidding. I'm on a mission, 24/7, 365 until I reach the heavens.
I might go to the strip club tonight. I might go to the strip club tonight. Think I might go to the strip club tonight. Maybe that's my chill. Well, I know it's the damn chill. They be tripping. Not pretty much me. Like, I don't need, man. I'm saying he ain't got the shit like me, man. I'm saying he got the shit, but he ain't got the shit like me, man. I'm saying cool and all that, but he ain't like me, though. You know what I'm saying, man, I switch my shit up all day. I can switch my shit up. I can do my shit how I want to do my shit. Once I can do it like this, switch it up like that, switch it up like this, then that, and that, then this, then some more other shit. You feel me? But shout out that boy, though. You know what I'm saying? Shit inspired me to start back up doing my shit again by myself for real. Trump says Iranian supreme leader. Yeah, that's what they're saying. That's the news of today. U.S. is over. Iran, U.S.
Martyr
announcement
General,
live.
the revered Qasem Soleimani, if they had the capability.
You introduce your buddy to DTF St. Louis. Whoa. He goes on the site and winds up dead.
What's going on out here in the suburbs?
Did you lose a lot of money sports betting on DraftKings or FanDuel? You may qualify for up to $75,000 or more in compensation.
This negotiation is very useful for the current American president. He will be able to hold his head up high. He will say, I threatened Iran. I brought them to the negotiation table and made them sit down. He will boast about these achievements to the entire world, but for us, it is pure, unadulterated harm, and it offers absolutely no benefit to our nation. Give them some encouragement, boost their spirits. My comprehensive analysis of the entire journey. The President of the United States, to him. This is what transpired within occupied Palestine with all the actions he carried out and the declarations he uttered.
Even as talks with Iran continue. The buildup suggests Washington wants maximum leverage and
Saying he not dead, y'all. They saying he not dead. Shit, that's what they saying. Sometimes you might need to go to a whole nother page.